Hey, 10635 here, and today I want to show y'all something. Um, at some point, if you recall, maybe in a few of my videos, that there are a few things that had looked a little bit different. If you notice in some videos, you'll see that, like, especially on Jimmy Master Animatronics, you'll see that in a certain, at the very top where I had some of the props hanging for the reviews, there's a whole, like, lineup of robot dogs. And in some videos on my channel, on the floor, where I record certain items for sale or demoing items, you'll notice that I have a glass case with robots inside. The case is right, no pun intended. The thing is that we pretty much redid my room. My walls have been repainted to white instead of it being that old creamy color, if you all remember from my pretty much from my older videos. And it used to be extremely crowded to the point that like I had the way it looked is like if well, not really look, I mean, I did have a lot of robots. I mean, just the way they're all set up, it made it look like I had a bunch. Now this time it doesn't really seem like that, despite the fact that I did get rid of a lot of shelves. One being the Tower of Robot shelves, that really big shelf that would just go from that was like extremely tall, pretty much. That's gone. Um, Another one that used to be here was my bookshelf, which you remember used to be right beside my bed, is no longer in here either. Another one is my dresser. My dresser is no longer in the room too, so I got rid of all those shelves, and now I have space for new shelves. And the outcome of it's nice and all, but it just lacks all the other robots I had. Even though the only reason, of course, it looked a lot so much is because they were all over the place, and the fact that they weren't hidden or anything, although I wasn't able to fit all of them, and surprisingly enough, I still was not able to fit all of them, but there's a lot of interesting things to see in this room once I actually remove my finger from the lens. um, one thing is for sure, let me move this. One thing is for sure is that there's a lot of little gems in this room now that have been recently added. There's a lot of new robots, well, I guess I was gonna say a lot of new faces, but robots still do the same thing that you probably haven't even seen before. Because I'll be honest, I haven't made that much of an update until now. The only reason I haven't done an update is because I've been just so busy. Because I used to work at Toys R Us, and I did do a little few videos here and there. Later on, I ended up working for the Go Calendar store, but ended up quitting there because I mean, I like the store and everything. It's just the owner of the store. He was kind of a little bit of an iffy guy. I was like, no. So from there, well, before I get to a little further with the Go Calendar thing, at that same time while working at Toys R Us, I was in the process of redoing my room, and if most of you remember, I think I did show how my robots were in the other room, my siblings' room. Well, supposedly to be my siblings' room at the time. There was a bunch of overfilled and everything. It was crazy, but after a few months or so, I think about 4 months, 4 or 5 months, it's somewhat done now. The only reason I say somewhat is because there's still a few things I want to reorganize because I'm not really happy with how certain things turned out, but overall it is great. And now here it is. All the shelves you see up here, I pretty much put up by myself. I did have some help with the room, but most of it I had to do by myself. I did have my friend Dylan. He was here to help me with a few things. But yeah, this is pretty much the shelves. As you can see, they extend now. This entire wall used to be where the bookshelf used to be. As you can see, I was able to extend the 360 robot shelf all the way across from my room, all the way to where the curtains are at. Now, the thing is, with this bottom portion of the 90 degree, well, not even 90, the 45 degree turning robots, originally this shelf was supposed to be exactly like the 360 shelf, but the only thing is that I ended up buying these two cases when I was working at Toys R Us. I bought these for $75 a piece. And do I have regrets in buying them? Not really, actually. I mean, they came in handy, so I could store in. Actually, where's the remote for this? There we go. I was able to fit like pretty much about most of my Mars robots inside of this case. Down here it contains a lot of the WowWee minis. The only ones that did not fit are the V2s or the Femisapien. But other than that, they are still on display, which you will see them. Bomb shelf contains my 2 Ibos, Spheros. Pretty much this entire bomb portion was supposed to be nothing but fancy electronic robots, but as you can see, there's a mix of robots that aren't so advanced. But I will say this, soon in this spot, this will be moved downwards because I will be getting a ERS 220 soon that my friend Einfire Marie won for me, but I still gotta pay her back for it, which I've been having a little bit of difficulties, despite the fact I've been paying a lot of bills here. But eventually I'll get the dog home, and I'll be joining these guys in case. I will be using them too. Now down here contains mostly the robots I used to see on my dresser. On my big dresser, they used to be there and they used to be on another shelf, but now I was able to put them in here. Mix of Happy Kid robots in the back. The mill section contains a little bit of Happy Kid, mostly some other 360 spinners in the front. Contains a lot of the standard ones. This one's new. Bottom one contains practically the same thing. Well, not really the same thing, but you know what I mean. The one being new is this guy right here. And of course, these two were taken out due to the fact they didn't fit, but eventually I'll find a spot. Dobie's out on display now, even though it's in his box. Another new robot is Omnibot. Yes, I have an Omnibot. I got him to work, but he still needs some more work on him, so I got working on him again at some point once I actually have time. Right up here, a lot of more robots, a lot you probably haven't seen before, because a bunch of these were actually just in my closet. Like the robot leaders, though, this right here was just always in my closet, along with the red one and the other ones behind it. Robotank right here in the front is another new one. Within the Zodox and all that stuff, there's like a bunch of them around here that were new. Same with these guys. There's some in here that you probably have never seen before. And now and also my bed's pretty much right here now. It's up against this wall. It's up against this wall instead of it being over here. Oh, another really cool characteristic is my Cosmo display. I'm pretty sure some of you do remember seeing this in a previous video where I show it. But yeah, this is the Cosmo display I bought from Toys R Us. Pretty much on my final day working there, I bought this. The liquidator was kind enough and sold me it for really cheap, I'll tell you that. And I'll say this is like the best money spent on it. It still has the sold sticker TRU, which I'm keeping it on there just as proof that this came from Toys R Us. And of course, since I was able to remove the glass case, I just put in little robots in here that I don't really plan on using much. The Cosmo in here is actually a display model. There's no electronics in it. Although I haven't taken it apart before, but I really don't want to. It lights up. The screen works, but I disabled the screen because I don't want to be having it run constantly. So it's only the lights on it will light up. On the top here, I also did take the Cosmo display too. Not the Cosmo display, the sign that goes with this display. And here we have the mascots on my channel, Zorua, along with Zorak, and then we have Jeffrey. And then we have 2 other Zoraks over there. Yeah, this is pretty much my new load dresser down here that contains mostly all my underclothing. And then over here, this is pretty much okay. So originally, this is pretty much the pet shelf. Everything from this Techno all the way up until T-Rex is nothing but robotic pets. It's funny because originally at the beginning, most of these started off over here on this end, but then I eventually switched it because I was like, well, these aren't all that heavy and they fit on there perfectly, so I see why not. And of course, all here contains mostly a lot of the standard robots that really couldn't fit into the case. along with pretty much just all vintage robots, a lot of the really old robots, and it just goes on to the more modern ones. Down here, I actually have my Zoids, along with a few Z-Knights and Badfoot. The thing about these Zoids is that I've always wanted to have all the Zoids on display that my uncle gave me because they mean a lot to me, and here they are, on their own, very own shelf. TV, I was able to actually have my TV back, so I do watch movies or play video games because of my PS2 and Wii and PlayStation over here. Workbench is a lot more cleaner. Got two magnetic strips now for it. Another shelf over here of just some other robots. And of course down here are the medias and the V2s. And now you also do have Rad 4.0. Of course you all know this white V2 and the gold V2 are not mine, but everything else on the floor around here is. And closet wise, closet has been changed up by a lot too. But yeah, this is kind of insane there. It's just there because I don't really have a spot to put it, nor can I can't even store it yet until after Halloween. So yeah, this has been pretty much an update of the toy room, as per se toy room / bedroom, and also Alpha's down there. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this update of my room. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and bye.